Claude Code just added a monitor tool and it changes everything. You're burning tokens for no reason every few minutes. Same loop. Nothing happened, but Claude checked anyway. That's the old way. That's the broken way. And if you're building anything with Claude Code right now, automating tasks, running agents, watching logs, you've been paying for it. But Anthropic just shipped something that fixes this completely. And most people have no idea it exists yet. I'm going to break it all down. What it does, how it works, why it matters, and how you can start using it today. I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie. I help people learn AI tools and actually put them to work. And this update is one of the most practical things I've seen added to Claude Code in a while. So let's get into it. Claude Code is Anthropic's terminal-based AI coding tool. It lives in your development environment, your actual terminal. It reads your files, runs commands, edits code, and handles tasks for you using natural language. Think of it less like a chatbot and more like a coding collaborator that lives inside your project. Now, here's the problem it just solved. One of the biggest things people use Claude Code for is letting it run tasks in the background. Build something, watch a log file, check if a pull request has been reviewed. And up until April 9th, 2026, the way Claude handled that was clunky. Either it ran a background command and gave you one notification when it finished, with zero visibility into what happened in between, or you used polling, where Claude checked in on a loop every few minutes. Every check was a full API call. Every call cost tokens, even when nothing had changed. It's like hiring someone to check if your kettle has boiled, and they walk into the kitchen every 2 minutes, say not yet, and repeat that for 40 minutes. You're paying full rate the whole time. The monitor tool fixes that. Here's what Noah Zweben, Claude Code's product manager at Anthropic, said when they shipped it. It's a big token saver and a great way to move away from polling in the agent loop. So what does it actually do? Instead of checking on a schedule, Claude launches a background shell script and watches its output in real time. Every line that script prints becomes an event. When something matches, an error, a log entry, a PR comment, that event gets pushed directly into the session. Claude wakes up, responds, and goes back to watching quietly. If nothing happens, no tokens spent. Claude just waits. Here's a concrete example. You tell Claude, start my dev server and monitor it for errors. Claude launches the server, attaches a background filter watching for error lines, and waits. If your server runs clean for an hour, 0 tokens. The second an error appears, Claude is on it immediately. You didn't have to notice anything. You didn't have to scroll back through logs. Now let me walk you through how it works technically, keeping it simple. Every monitor takes 4 things: a description, a short label like errors in deploy log, a command, the shell script whose output becomes the event stream, a timeout, how long it runs before auto-stopping with a max of 1 hour, and a persistent flag. Set this to true if you want the monitor running for your whole session. Every line your script prints to steed out becomes one notification. Lines arriving within 200 milliseconds of each other batch together. So 5 lines from a single error come in as one grouped notification, not 5 separate ones. And the docs are clear on this. Be selective. Every line becomes a conversation message. If your script dumps everything unfiltered, Claude auto-stops it. Filter first. Only surface what matters. There are 2 patterns for writing a monitor command. Stream filters watch continuous output and pipe it through grep, tailing a log file and only surfacing error, warn, or fatal lines, for example. Poll and emit checks something on an interval and only prints when something new has actually changed, like polling a GitHub pull request every 30 seconds. The key difference from the old polling approach, it's a lightweight script doing the checking, not a full API call loading context every single time. And that's where the token math gets interesting. Old approach, checking your test suite every 2 minutes over a 10-minute run is 5 full API calls. You pay for all 5, even the 4 where nothing happened. With Monitor, Claude watches the test runner's output through a filter. When a test fails, that line pushes straight into the session. Claude starts diagnosing while the rest of the tests are still running. The savings compound fast on longer workflows, deploy pipelines, overnight builds, multi-hour CI runs. And this is exactly the kind of thing that comes up constantly in our community. When I first started going deep into Claude Code, I was overwhelmed by how many pieces there were. Background tasks, sub-agents, hooks, scheduled tasks. It took real time to figure out what actually works versus what just looks smart. That's when I built AI Profit Boardroom. We've got over 2,000 members, all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. Real people, real use cases, real implementations. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link in description. Now, Monitor doesn't exist in isolation. Claude Code has 3 automation layers, and knowing how they fit together is where things get powerful. Hooks fire on Claude's own tool events, before or after it edits a file or runs a command. Good for validation and guardrails. Scheduled tasks fire on a clock, recurring work on a fixed cadence. Monitor fires on external events, real-time output from a running process. The strongest setups combine all three. One more distinction worth knowing: monitor versus run in background. Run in background is fire and forget. One notification when the command finishes. Monitor is a live stream, a notification for every matching event as it happens. Use run in background when you just need to know something's done. Use monitor when you need to react to what's happening while it runs. Here are the use cases where monitor makes the biggest difference. Dev server error catching. Claude monitors your Next.js or Vite server and reacts the moment something breaks. You're not switching windows to check. You're not scanning terminal output. Claude catches it and starts working on it while you stay in flow. Test suite triage. Failing tests surface instantly. Claude starts on fixes while the rest run. Deploy pipeline watching. Failures and completions come through as they happen. No more checking the dashboard every few minutes. PR review monitoring. New comments and status changes surface as they come in, so you're never the last person to know a reviewer left feedback. Production log monitoring. Only the matching lines make it through. You define what matters. Everything else stays silent. And the thing I want you to notice across all of these is the same pattern. Claude is staying in the loop without you having to manage the loop. That's the real shift here. You're not babysitting a process. You set the monitor, go do other work, and Claude reacts when something actually needs your attention. To get started today, one sentence to Claude: start my dev server and monitor it for errors. That's it. Claude handles the rest. From there, build more specific filters and combine them with hooks and scheduled tasks as you get comfortable. 3 things to keep in mind. Use grep with the line buffered flag when piping output. Without it, events can be delayed by minutes, not seconds, which defeats the purpose. Handle failures in poll loops, so one network timeout doesn't kill the whole monitor. A simple fallback keeps it running cleanly. And be selective with stout. Filter down to only what Claude needs to act on. The more precise your filter, the more useful every notification becomes. This is an update that's easy to miss, but actually changes how you build with Claude Code. The people who pick it up now are going to run leaner, faster setups than everyone still doing it the old way. If you want to go deeper, 2 places to check out. AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares what's working, what's not, which tools are worth your time, and which to skip. No hype, just solid, practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates like this and actually apply them. Link in description. And if you want the full process, SOPs, 100 plus AI use cases, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes, plus access to our community of 58,000 members. Go put it to work.